Pam, last question.
I have a couple on Russia, Ukraine. The first one is a Russian court has delayed the case involving Nadia Savchenko, who is the Ukrainian pilot who was detained in connection to the deaths of 2 Russian journalists. She responded by launching a hunger strike.
Yeah, I've seen those reports. Yeah.
The State Department has previously called on Russia to release her. What is the position that you're taking now, considering there's a greater urgency in her situation?
The same position we have taken. She needs to be released. We've said that all along. She's been detained for no good reason, and we want to see her released and sent home where she belongs. And that, again, I can't confirm the hunger strike. We've certainly seen the press reports that certainly doesn't make this any easier, and certainly would. We want her released immediately, regardless. But obviously, if she is in fact launching a hunger strike, then certainly now her health would be an added issue to increase the urgency on that. But she needs to be released. We've said that all along.
And in reference to the foreign ministers meeting in Paris on the Minsk agreement today, there's been a lot of U.S. criticism of Russia for backing the rebels in Ukraine and violating provisions in the agreement. But does the U.S. share those concerns about Kiev because of its failure to push through with the election law for the Donbass region that would set the stage for a vote later this year?
So a couple of things. First, we still continue to want to see Minsk fully implemented, and we believe there's continued work that needs to be done on both sides to get Minsk fully implemented. There's no question about that. On Kyiv, they are making some progress. Obviously, there's more progress that needs to be made on reforms. The Secretary met with President Poroshenko when we were in Munich not too long ago, and he talked about that with the President. We continue to have those discussions with Ukrainian leaders. We recognize that political reform is important, not just to the stability of their government, but to the Ukrainian people, and we want to see that continue to progress.
Do you think it's possible for Ukraine to implement its obligation to increase autonomy in eastern Ukraine before Russia removes its troops and releases control of the Russia-Ukraine border?
We want to see is Minsk fully implemented, which means people pull back from the line of contact, the heavy weapons, the troops as well, that the violations cease, and I think the expectations on the government in Kyiv are well known, and they know what their obligations are under Minsk, and we want to see them fully meet those obligations. Thanks, guys. Got to go.